doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. I sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I felt it in.
All right, great evening, everybody. Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. I will be hosting the show today. My name is DWade. David. I have my guy Carl, who is now the host of CTC. What's going on, Carl?
What's going on, Dave, man? Appreciate you for having me on the show, man. Let's have a good one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As you can see, my guys Tomo and Joe are now on today. Tomo is celebrating his birthday, so shout out to Tomo. Happy birthday. This is your done Sunday, so happy birthday, my guy. I hope you're enjoying your day.
Happy B-Day, Tomo.
We got just 3 topics to talk about today, but I feel like they're all important. So I think today's going to be a really good informal show. Can't wait to get to talk about these comments. But before we start, make sure you like, share, subscribe to the network. We are live right now on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So if you're on YouTube, make sure you like this and share it so somebody else can come in and enjoy and watch this great show that we're going to have today. If you're on Facebook, also, again, like it, share it, so more people can get on. And if you're on Twitter, you can like this, retweet it. That way more people are able to watch it as well. The birthday guys in the chat. So again, happy birthday, Tomo. We have some guys, some superstar guys in the chat already. Shout out to Coach, who just became a member today. So appreciate you, Coach, for becoming a member today. Appreciate that. As you can see, all the sounds aren't here. Tomo's taking a break today, so we may not have all the effects that we usually do, but it's going to be a great show either way. Like I said before, Carl is now the host of CTC, which is College Talk with Carl. So, Carl, just go ahead and talk about that and let them know when your debut is.
All right, so it's Carl Talking College. You said it right the first time, messed it up just now, but it's all good. The premiere is tomorrow at 7. I just got word tomorrow at 7, so please be on the lookout for that. Kind of a long episode. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be transparent as possible. Kind of a long episode. Work with me, man. Each conference got 14 teams. I'm trying to get my rhythm to shorten it down for you guys. So hopefully next show won't be as long. If it is, this next show does have more panel members, so that may be the reason. But yeah, I had fun shooting this first episode. My guy Asa is on the show. He hasn't been on the show here. He's not in the chats, but we be eye to eye. We rivals in NFL. He's another Steelers fan, so that's one character deficiency about. But besides that, we be eye to eye in sports. So I can't wait for y'all to hear it.
So I know one thing. I can't wait to see it. I was, supposed to be on, but some things happened to where I wasn't able to get on. But I definitely can't wait to see what's going on because, my team is the U. We're in the ACC, so I'm looking forward to see how the predictions are. Me and Carl already kind of had a back and forth. He doesn't think we're going to do too well this year, but we'll see. We'll see. I feel like we can prove.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said y'all was going to lose to 3 specific teams, but I didn't say y'all was going to do well.
Okay. To me, that's saying that we ain't going to do well, but all I'm saying is
tune in tomorrow and find out where I got your team finishing.
I will. I definitely will. Trust me. I'm gonna be watching. I'm excited to see this. If y'all don't know Carl knows everything that involves college. So trust me, you're gonna get everything you want to know about college. He's gonna let you know. So it's gonna be the best college show out. Period. I'm predicting it right now.
Except when it comes to freshman recruits. I'm sorry, I do not pay attention to these guys in high school. I don't.
Yes,
I got to see it on the field.
it's all good. I don't know much either. I just report where they go. That's pretty much about it. But we also have some IG chats that I wanted to go over as well. But before that, we want to talk about BWT baseball with Teddy. Shout out to Teddy, and congrats, my guy, for being able to make it home today. He just got out of the hospital today, so definitely glad that he's back out. So look out for some more shows. He said himself that he's going to be doing shows pretty much every day. But make sure you get some rest, my guy. So Teddy, welcome back. Welcome back. I want to be one of the first to say that. He also got some good news today with Aaron Judge coming back. So he's extremely excited about that. But yeah, welcome back. Welcome back, Teddy. Can't wait to see some more shows of BWT, and glad you're back healthy now.
Yes, sir. Glad you back, my boy.
Now let me get into these IG chats. So we have some IG chats that pretty much we go over all the latest news in all of these chats. We have the NBA mixed in with the WNBA, so anything that's going on there. We just had some news report today about Damian Lillard and his agents, and that if they continue to talk about the trade request, that there could be possible discipline. So, got to look out for things like that. Shout out to the NFL. We have an NFL chat. We have some topics to talk about today with some key injuries that recently just happened. So you definitely want to make sure you tune in. And then, like I said, we have Major League Baseball chat. That all of that goes to BWT, Baseball with Teddy. So everything involving baseball is there. If you are a casual fan, if you are a huge fan, or you just want to learn more about baseball, BWT is the place to be. We definitely had a lot of jokes going on today in the baseball chat. So if you're not in there, you want to get in. And then college football and college basketball. College basketball involves the men and women, like I said, and now everything goes through CTC. College talk, Carl talking college. So that's a lot of. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be great. I can't wait to see it. And I like the logo and the color because green is my favorite color. So it's gonna be one thing. Oh, hold up, we got a super chat already. Hold up. Okay, Joe, with the remix. Hold up. Shout out to Teddy, man. With a super chat for $4.99. Shout out to Refuse to Lose Familia. Hashtag start spreading the news. Hashtag do your job. Hashtag humbly. Just because you got out of the hospital today, I don't mind saying start spreading the news, but that's only for today. But yeah, it's going to be some key things to talk about. And then along with those IG chats, we have the boxing. It's the combat chat now because it involves UFC, boxing, and wrestling. There's a big fight tomorrow. We already had a boxing episode. Shout out to Tomo, Fast Camp, Ricky, and my brother Tony for the boxing episode that they did. The videos have been broken down. So if you haven't watched it, make sure you go tune in and watch those episodes. Trust me, you're going to learn a lot. But everything from boxing goes there. We got Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence happening tomorrow, which is also my mom. So it's a big day. It's a big day tomorrow. So can't wait for that fight. It's gonna be a big event. I think Bud Crawford's gonna win, but we'll see. And then in order to get in these chats, you got to become a member. First slot is being a pro. Pro member, you get, members, you get priority comments. You get to get into one of the IG chats that we have. And that's just one, which is a really good exclusive perk. But you also get priority comments, like we mentioned before. So, and then you have loyalty badges that come with that as well. With the All-Star level, you get members. You get all the same perks as the pro level, but you also get members only videos, photos and status updates. You get to join all the IG chats, and you can also request a topic or so, or talk about one of the topics if you want to, and not just one of the topics, but also one of our segments. We have one that's "You Done, Son," Not So Average Top 5, and Dave's Doghouse. So you get to, talk about that as well. And then the biggest level is the superstar level. You get all those exclusive perks. You get to join the Refuse to Lose chat, where you get to talk to all of us directly. And then you have an invitation to come on the show as well to spit the knowledge that you have. But make sure you are prepared when you come on with that knowledge as well. Carl can kind of tell you how all these chats go because he's in every single chat. And Carl's also, he's no longer going to be in the running for it, but he's the two-time reigning NFL award winner, because we do award shows as well that involve being a superstar. So Carl, go ahead and kind of talk about your experience in all of these chats.
The chats are fun, man. So yesterday we went from Big Ben being the top 10 quarterback to Breeze over Big Ben to Steve Young and Big Ben to me saying personally that Mahomes is the GOAT now. I don't care. Since, we went everywhere. I said I would put him over Montana. I said I would put him over Brady. I put him over anybody. So look, man, the chats you can go from down the street to around the corner and back again, bro. These chats are fun. You don't know what you're going to experience, especially the Refuse to Lose chat. So you can start a chat in NFL, NBA, baseball, but if you're wondering where did everybody go? Why does it get silent? It wasn't resolved. That's because we all went to the Refuse to Lose chat. It might start somewhere, but it always finishes in Refuse to Lose. So please become a member so you can be a part of these chats. You won't regret it at all. I don't, to be honest. It gets me through work when I'm in the house. Or, if you want to just debate, if you just feel like you have something to say and you want to bring it to the forefront, just go in the chat, type what you feel, see what the opinions are, and debate your side of that opinion. So,
yep, that's absolutely right. And now we're just going to go ahead and talk about these segments. So, other than that, enjoy the show. First topic, we're going to talk about Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey just got traded to the Miami Dolphins this offseason. One of the best cornerbacks in the league. He was considered the best for a few years. Some may and may not still agree with that. But he had a devastating injury where he's now sidelined until December. That was the reports that came out today. So, Carl, I'm going to start with you first. Your thoughts on the injury and how you think this will affect the Miami Dolphins now.
Well, obviously the injury is bad. They're saying he's not going to be back till December. Everybody heals differently, so he might come back earlier, he might come back later. All timetables are it's just a guesstimate based on what the amount of injury. Based on the type of injury that was suffered. Now, how does it affect the Dolphins? Well, the Dolphins were Super Bowl contenders before Jalen Ramsey, and they didn't give up players to get Jalen Ramsey. I think they gave up mostly picks. So I still think the Dolphins are still contenders. Now, the defensive philosophy, may have changed, but I believe that Vic Fangio, being as seasoned as he is as a defensive coordinator, I think he'll be able to adjust. You still have Xavier Howard on the other end. You signed David Long, who, he's been injury prone his last couple of years, but he's a solid linebacker. You get Deshaun Elliott, the Joker, coming from Baltimore and Detroit, who's a nice box linebacker who can help and run support. I like to say he's a nice little flat, hook the curl type defender. So if you come in the box and you haven't played the flats, check the seam to get to the flats, he's a nice defender there. Nick Needham, he's a nice, solid inside slot corner who's coming back off the Achilles injury, hopefully by week 1. So I think the Dolphins still have pieces, and those are just new pieces. They still have Javon Holland. They still have Christian Wilkins up front. They still have Jalen Phillips, who's coming to his own. So I think the Dolphins will be fine. I think the philosophy, like I said again, it may change, but I think the Dolphins has the personnel to adjust in that offense. Oh.
Yeah, hold up. Shout out to Joe. Joe just sent in a super chat for $10. Shout out to the best network in sports, R2L. That's Refuse to Lose. Of course, if you didn't know, now you know. Hashtag Dave, hold it down. Hashtag Happy B-Day Tomo. Hashtag CTC, best college show. Hashtag BWT, best baseball show. Hashtag more coming soon. We definitely have more coming soon, but all of those are definitely true. So I'm holding it down today, along with my guy Carl, who's the host of CTC, and Again, happy B-Day, Tomo. Welcome back, Teddy. Best baseball show out there, and can't wait to see what else we got next. Go ahead and finish, Carl, if you wasn't done yet.
Oh, I was just gonna say that offense is still potent, it's still high level. So even if they have to be in a shootout, they have the offense where they're more than capable of being in a shootout.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. This is a devastating injury for him for one. I believe this is the first major injury he's had in his career, being in the NFL, and he's a vital piece to that defense. But that defense now has Vic Fangio back there. Vic Fangio has led some of the best defenses in the league with the Denver Broncos when he was the head coach there, also as the defensive coordinator there. When he was with the 49ers, he had great defense there when he was there with when Jim Harbaugh was the head coach. So he definitely he knows what he's doing when it comes to defense. So I'm not gonna be too worried about that defense. I think this like Carl said, this team is still pretty much the Super Bowl contender with Tua coming back healthy. Hopefully he's able to stay healthy as well all year long. They still have Tyreek Hill, still got Jalen Waddle, and even though reports are saying that Dalvin Cook may be going to the Jets, he's still a possibility to go to the Miami Dolphins, along with Raheem Mostert back there. So they have some really nice pieces on that offense. But this does kind of sort of put a mix in the defensive plans, I guess, a little bit. But I mean, Carl named all the players that we have. We still have Xavier Howard, who's still one of the best cornerbacks in the league. He doesn't get a lot of that respect, I would say. Not too many people name him when they talk about the top corners in the league, but he's still one of the best in the league.
He gets his respect. He gets his respect for that year he led the league in picks.
Yeah. But I think I saw a tweet where he said he didn't care if people didn't say that he was a top corner or something like that. That's kind of what I'm going towards. But he'll come back. I believe he'll come back stronger. Like I said, the timeline says December. He may come back sooner or later. It all depends on how it is. It is a meniscus repair that he had to get today. It was a full repair that he had to get as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I definitely think it's going to be interesting to see. Can't wait to see the Dolphins play this year. It's actually one of my sneaky teams. I won't say sneaky teams, but one of my teams that I think can definitely make it out of the AFC. But we'll see. I mean, you still have Patrick Mahomes, of course, best quarterback in the league, without a doubt. You still got his division still is tough as well, with Josh Allen being there. We'll see what we'll see what Mac Jones does this year. With now that he has an offensive coordinator again, not saying that's a huge threat, but that's still somewhat of a challenge. And then can't forget about the Jets. They did just get Aaron Rodgers and a few other pieces to help out with that team. So we'll see. I think it's going to be an interesting year, but definitely hoping for a speedy recovery. I've had a meniscus tear myself, so I know it's not not something easy to recover for, but he'll be good. He'll be good. Next topic. Got to talk about Joe Burrow now. Reports are that he suffered a strained calf and may be out for several weeks, according to his head coach, Zach Taylor. But from what I saw from the video, it looked like it could be an ACL injury. It was a non-contact injury.
Not ACL.
Achilles, sorry. And it reminds me of the same injury that happened to Kevin Durant when they said it was a calf, but it was really an Achilles injury. And we all know what happened with that in 2019 when he injured himself and ended up having to leave. There was a lot that happened that season, but he didn't get to play in the finals like he wanted to because he got injured. He got re-injured, along with Klay Thompson going down. But that was just difficult to see. I'm not sure if anyone has watched the video of Joe Burrow injuring himself, but to me, it didn't seem like it was a calf injury. Hoping that everything goes well. His backups. I mean, if Joe Burrow's not out there, then I have no hope for the Bengals. I don't think they go anywhere without Joe Burrow with the way his backups are. Not, I mean, it's not to say that he doesn't have that's not a good offense or a good defense that's around him, but the quarterbacks that's behind him are just not. They're not good enough to help out. Carl, your thoughts?
So I just wanted to quickly talk real quick a little bit about the injury. So I think the Bengals are listening as a calf to like make it seem like it's not as bad as it's not, because your Achilles connects your ankle to your calf. So I mean, technically, calf is, you can say that and you can be technically right, but I think it looks worse than what they're trying to make it seem like. Nobody was around him, like you said, non-contact. He was scrambling away from the defense, and as you can tell, as soon as it looked like it just popped. As soon as it happened, whatever the injury may be, he was skipping and he went straight down. He didn't try to put no pressure on it. He didn't try to get up, nothing. He just sat there. So to me, that's probably a torn Achilles. Now, I don't know what happened after. I don't know if they did a Thompson test. I don't know if they can, like, if you look from like the back of his leg, you can see it rolled up. I don't know any of those things. So it could be a tear, it could be a grade 2, it could be a grade 1. So we don't know these things. But in terms of the injury, oh yeah, this is definitely devastating. Anytime you lose a top 3 quarterback in the league is devastating. I mean, I personally have Joe Burrow top 3. Some may not, but I definitely do. I have him third. I have him behind Mahomes and A-Rod. So that might start another debate in the chat. I'm ready for it. Anyway, so I think that's for sure devastating. And like you said, their backups were like Jake Browning and I can't even remember. And I just looked it up like an hour ago, the other guy. So no disrespect to you, but it's just like their backups aren't good enough. Like this team for sure is a great team, but Joe Burrow is for sure the guy that pushes the needle. Yeah, I think this is a very devastating injury. Jake Browning was capable. I guess he's capable. I wouldn't say he's capable to make them win the division or make the playoffs or anything, but he's a capable guy coming off what I've seen at Washington. So he might take over if they don't go in free agency and sign a guy. But yeah, this is really bad for the Bengals. This is basically like what I go through when Lamar gets hurt.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a lot to take in with these injuries. There are other injuries that has happened, but these are the 2 bigger names that just happened. So I'm definitely hoping that it's not what we think it could possibly be. I hope it's just a strained calf, but if it's anything worse, just trust me. You don't force him out there too fast. Let him recover to whatever speed he needs to recover in. I understand that you want to win, but his health is more important. So do whatever you can to make sure that he's able to be his self at 100%, and able to help the team win, because the goal is to pretty much to get to the Super Bowl and win the title. He's gotten you there. He did it in his second season in the NFL. So Joe Burrow, just get better, man. Hate to see you get carted off the field like that, but yeah, man, I'm just hoping you have a speedy recovery and that everything is well and that it's not an Achilles.
Yeah, the other backup quarterback was Trevor Siemian. If I remember correctly, he got benched in an XFL game like recently, like I think week 1. So, and Trevor Siemian hasn't had the greatest of rapports. NFL, like I said, I believe that's XFL, whatever, USFL, one of those two. He hasn't had the greatest rapport. Trevor Siemian has actually been, yeah. So the Bengals, they need to go get a guy. Pretty soon, actually. I would get him just in case. Like, I would sit Burrow even for the rest of training camp. Obviously, he's not going to play preseason. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, you would hope he come back week 1, but it don't look like it to me.
Yeah, it don't look like it to me. I think it's possible he could come back maybe like week 4, week 5, maybe even week 6, but I wouldn't throw him out there in the first game. I wouldn't. That's just me. So with that being said, now we have a topic that I really want to talk about. This is something that caught my eye. It's been going around now. I know other shows have talked about it, but I have to talk about it as well. We have to talk about it here. So Jeff Teague on his podcast. Shout out to Jeff Teague, by the way. One of the nicest players to have play in the game, and I think he has one of the most entertaining podcasts that's out there right now, as far as player podcasts. He has some of the most hilarious stories. He talked about the Jimmy Butler practice incident, and he talked about a game he had played against Steph Curry in China where he cooked him. He said he played his best, and it didn't go too well for him. So, shout out to Jeff Teague, but I feel like these comments were a little off the wall. He admitted himself, but this kind of caught my eye. So, Carl, I'm gonna start with you first. He pretty much has said that James Harden, if he had to choose, he would take James Harden over Dwayne Wade.
No, so I actually watched this episode because, like you said, I'm just picking back off you for a second. Jeff T was like one of my guys, like not one of my favorite players, but I mess with Jeff T a lot. His podcast is hilarious. Like I've been binge watching it lately. I won't lie, but he said that the James Harden is a top 5 shooting guard all time, and he's over DWade. But he also then said he's out of pocket for saying that, which his co-host immediately said that he was out of pocket, which I'm gonna say you out of pocket, and here's why. A lot of people, he then says, well, D-Wade had Shaq, right? Cool. D-Wade had Shaq, and they were down 0-2 in the 06 finals. D-Wade then continues to score 42 points game 3, 36 points game 4, 43 points game 5, and 36 points game 6 to win 4 straight to beat the Mavericks. So, okay, the D-Wade just took over the series. James Harden, however, 2018. Carl, 2018, game 6 against the Warriors, he had 32. They got blown out. Okay. Game 7, Carl had 32 again against the Warriors. They were in a dogfight game 7 till halftime when the Rockets proceeded to make history and missed 27 straight three-pointers. And guess who led the charge by missing 27 straight three-pointers? James Harden. James Harden proceeded to miss 10 of the 27 threes. So James Harden, again, he just disappears. Well, Carl had 32. He missed 10 straight and proceeded to help his team lose the game. Carl, they missed CP3. James Harden is good enough to give me one game up 3-2, right? Guess not. Then we can go to this past playoff. Game 6. Carl, James Harden had 40-point games in the series. Game 6, he had 13, and he looked absolutely horrendous in that 13 points. Having open shots and passing them, throwing the ball out of bounds, turnovers. It looked like he forgot how to play ball. Then let's not forget about game 7, all the chips on the line. He has 9 points and looks even worse than game 6. So, I mean, you can talk about the MVPs, the historic regular season performances, but when it comes to the playoffs, he's nowhere to be found. He always goes. I call him James Houdini. The deeper he goes in the playoffs, the more he disappears. So D-Wade wasn't like that. D-Wade's issues was more so injuries. Injuries hindered D-Wade. James Harden, I want to say he's perfectly healthy. Some people say weight issues. I don't like when people say these athletes have weight issues. Sure, they might look a little stocky or whatever, but they're probably 3% body fat, 4% body fat. It's just some people's builds are just different. Like you can be in the best shape of your life. It's just your build. So it is what it is there. But yeah, James Harden, man, he's a great player. Don't get me wrong. I think regular season matters, and the regular seasons have been phenomenal. But his postseason success is nowhere near there to put him above D-Wade. I'm sorry.
Yep, I agree 100%. For everyone tuning in, if you don't know already, I am a huge Miami Heat fan, and Dwayne Wade is my favorite player of all time. So this was something that really stuck out to me, and it's something that I had to really talk about. So there was a stat that I paid attention to when it comes to D-Wade and James Harden, and it was games shot under 25% or worse in the playoffs. Now, Wade has done this 5 times out of 177 games. That's about 3%. James Harden in less games has shot under 25% or worse 21 out of 156 games. Now, let's talk about Dwayne Wade's rookie season all the way to his 3rd season. So Dwayne Wade rookie season, this is when he switched from point guard because he was drafted as a point guard out of Marquette. And then he switched to shooting guard and also became the number 1 option in his rookie season. He averaged 18 points per game in the playoffs on 45% shooting. The very next season, he averaged 27 points per game on 48% shooting. Then the season right after that, when he won his very first title, yes, he had Shaq on his team, but Shaq was not the Shaq he was when he was with Kobe Bryant. Like Carl said, we were down 0-2 in the finals against the Dallas Mavericks with Shaq on the team, and DWade Wade proceeded to, after being down 0-2, he averaged 37 points per game in that finals. That season, he averaged 28 points per game. Well, in the playoffs, he averaged 28 points per game in that playoffs. In the 2011 finals, I know we lost this, and I know we had LeBron James. But with LeBron James on that team, who only averaged about 17 points per game in the 2011 finals, DWade Wade led the team and was averaging 26.5 points, 7 rebounds, and 5.2 assists in the 2011 finals. I would say he's not the reason we lost the finals. In 2009, where I arguably believe that he could have won the MVP that season, he averaged 30.2 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 7.5 assists. Now, that's probably the one thing that people will put Harden over because he has an MVP in the regular season. But other than that, we know he ain't the same player that DWade Wade is when it comes to playoffs. James Harden has played with stars as well. Now, he has Shaq. Yes, I get that. And he also played with LeBron James, second greatest player of all time. You got me there. But James Harden also played with Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook on this very same team. He also played with Kevin Durant again and Kyrie Irving. He played with Dwight Howard, CP3, different occasions, but he did play with both of them. Still couldn't get over the hump. There was a game he played with when he had Dwight Howard against Portland in the playoffs. Carl, you know this very well, with your guy Dame Lillard.
Yes, sir.
Hit a 3 to put them out in the playoffs.
Crazy. Off a screen, left elbow, fading sideways for the game. I was a fan before, and that just made him my favorite player after. And
then he proceeded to do an even worse job against the Spurs in the playoffs, where Manu Ginobili blocked his shot in the game that mattered the most in order for them to lose that series. He also has games where he has the most turnovers in a playoff game. To me, James Harden is not even close to what DWade Wade was in the playoffs. And also, Harden he just played with an MVP this year. Joel Embiid just won MVP this season, and they couldn't get out of the second round because he didn't play his part. He did have 2 40-point games, which was good, but it's not enough. When the last 2 games of the series, you didn't even average 20 points.
He combined for 22, game 6 and game 7.
So get Harden out of here. No, I don't want to hear nothing else. I don't want to hear nobody say that James Harden is better than DWade Wade because that is not the case at all. No way, no how. Don't even bring it up. Regular season, you have something there. You can have something there because you can say that he's more offensively skilled. He has better handles. You know, he's a better passer. You can say that, but don't make it seem like DWade Wade won the passer. I just gave you his stat in 2009. We averaged 7.5 assists as a shooting guard. We all know that James Harden has had the rock in his hands a lot more than what DWade Wade did. So that's that. The other thing is,
go ahead.
My bad.
I was just gonna say, some people can say, was it really James Harden or was it Mike D'Antoni? Because Mike D'Antoni's known for point guards having a real big bumping stat. So, I mean, I think it's James Harden for sure. I'm just saying you can create an argument there. And then, like you said, the Philly year, you can bring up, the D-Wade had Shaq. Shaq was an MVP Shaq. James Harden had MVP Embiid. Now, some people argue that Embiid shouldn't have won the MVP, but he won MVP nonetheless. Mm-hmm. And they didn't go past the second round. D-Wade won the finals. It's so bad that Philly fans don't really want Harden there, especially for the ticket, for the contract that he opted into. They don't want him there.
Exactly.
So yeah, and then like you said, he played with Dwight Howard. Him and Dwight Howard met up against Damian Lillard and LaMarcus Aldridge. Y'all wouldn't put Damian Lillard top 5 point guard ever, would you?
Nope.
I wouldn't put Damian Lillard top 5 point guard ever.
I wouldn't.
But yet, Damian Lillard and LaMarcus Aldridge, both players that you would say are below James Harden and Dwight Howard, won that series 4-2.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, respect to James Harden. Respect to James Harden for sure. But I just don't have him over D-Wade. If you want to put him fourth behind D-Wade, I'm fine with that. But I can't put him in front of D-Wade.
Yep. I can't do it either. Then, I mean, Harden has had just about everything go the way he wanted to. If he wanted to go somewhere, he went there. If he wanted a player on his team, he got that. And, there's other players he had on his team. He had, if you look at the Philly team now, some of the players that he had on the team came from Houston when he played with Houston. PJ Tucker was the other guy. I can't believe Daniel House was on the team as well. And then, I mean, come on now. I mean, to me, it's easy. It's easy to me to put D-Wade over James Harden. I don't see how anyone puts James Harden over him. If you're talking about skillfully and regular season, all right. But if you're talking about overall career, nah. Dwayne Wade's, to me, clearly above him. Clearly he's above him. Because Dwayne Wade ain't going to go missing when it counts. Harden has done that multiple times. So
yeah, and I just don't think it's fair. I know you brought up the Brooklyn situation. I don't really use that against Harden because he did try to gut it out with the hamstring. So I don't want to use that against him, even though he did disappear. But I give him credit for trying to fight through. Even though I'm not even this type of guy, but I don't want to not do this because it seems like I'm being impartial to Harden instead of being fair. He did try to gut through the hamstring, so I give him credit for that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I do give him credit for that, but like I said, we can just go through other series. Especially with Houston, when he finally got his own team. I mean, you can't really. You could bring up the finals where he was in 2012, where he, as a sixth man, he was missing key free throws. People forget about that too. He missed key free throws in the 2012 finals, and was one of the reasons why they lost. So, to me, it's D-Wade easily.
Yeah, that's
and that's another thing. Thank you, James. That's another thing I forgot to bring up. Dwayne Wade is one of the premier two-way guards in history. You can't name me a season where James Harden was considered one of the best defenders in the league. You can't. Not at all. He played. Now I'll give him this. When he first started in OKC, he did play some defense. But once he went to Houston, that went out the window. That went out. He was clearly just an offensive player. There are highlight videos of him not playing defense.
Oh yeah, those are crazy. Those are hilarious. But I don't know. I would form it with. I don't think it's a season where he's ever been considered the best guard defender. Because I love D-Wade defensively. I don't know if it's ever been a season though where I thought D-Wade was the best defender in the league.
No, I'm not saying best defender in the league. I'm talking about one of the best defenders in the league. Not like top. Now, I never consider Dwayne Wade the best defender playing in the league. No, I never said that. But Dwayne Wade is for Dwayne Wade to only be 6'4", he has the most blocked shots from any shooting guard in NBA history. And he's only 6'4". So, yeah, Jeff T, get that out of here. Don't.
He said he was out of pocket. He knew he was out of pocket, man.
Yeah, he probably just favors James Harden, but no way, no how.
Teague, you still my guy, my boy. Hey, look, an open invitation. I'm pretty sure Joe is an open invitation for you to get on the show. Wake Forest. Hey, look.
I'm here for it too. Like, hey, I enjoy your show. I enjoy your podcast. Yours was it Paul George podcast P. I think that's a good one as well. So I wouldn't mind the invitation, but just yeah, you said it yourself, but I'm gonna say it again. You were definitely out of pocket for that. That's our show for today. Appreciate everyone that tuned in. Shout out to everybody who's in the comments. Shout out to all the members that we have. I can name all the lists. I'm not gonna name the status, but I know everyone that's a member. Of course, everyone that has a show on the network that includes myself, Carl, Teddy, Joe, and Tomo. All of us are there. Oh, that's for everyone that doesn't know. That's my bad, Joe. I know you in the background. That's wifey right there. You know that's commenting. Thank you for supporting me as always, baby. Appreciate that. Um, but yeah, we got Tomo. Like I said, I mentioned all the guys in the show. Shout out to the coach who just became a superstar member today. Then we got JMO. We got Jerry as well. Ty, Lamar,
Worm, can't forget Worm.
Donnell, that's right, and Kev. Appreciate all you guys. If I missed anyone, I apologize, but those are the ones that I remember at this very moment. I believe I got everybody, but if
Good
not,
boy. I don't know if you said me, but I'm an all-star.
oh yeah, I said you. You're a part of the show, so I named you, of course. So that's everyone that's a part of the show. So appreciate everyone that tuned in today. This is, I believe, these were some great topics to talk about. Can't wait to see what's going to happen in the chat because Carl did just say that he has Aaron Rodgers top 3 in the NFL as far as quarterback. So I think that's something to be talked about.
Got him number 2.
He got him number 2. Don't even have Josh Allen in top 3. So I think that's interesting to hear. So
4A and 4B with Lamar.
Okay. That's actually a good top 5. That's a good top 5.
I'm not a look. Can I say something real quick, Dave? I'm not a Josh Allen hater. I know what fan club me, Tomo, and Warren made, but I'm not a Josh Allen hater. I give Josh Allen his props when his props is deserved. I called him elite. I said he's top 5. I get more of that. I just have my gripes, and it's not his fault, and that's all I will say.
Stop the cap.
As you can see, we got Joe producing in the background telling him stop the cap, but everyone knows there's a specific club that involves Josh Allen. We will not say what that club is called because we are on national airways, but just know, in order to know what this club is, you got to be in the chat. And these chats are on Instagram. We have that's the NBA chat, NFL chat, and NBA is mixed in with WNBA. We have the combat chat as well. We got Major League Baseball. Shout out to BWT Baseball with Teddy. Everything with baseball goes through there. We have college talk with college football, which is a little under 50 days.
29 days away.
29 days away, not even a month away. So 29 days away from college football. Can't wait. I think it's going to be a great season. Can't wait to see what's going to happen. We'll see who makes the playoff this year, what the predictions are for the playoff, but I think it's going to be a great
Tune in.
Great
Dave,
year.
You might not like tomorrow. Tune in. You might not like tomorrow.
Hey, I don't expect us to make the playoff.
Oh, it's not involving you.
Oh. Then make sure y'all tune in tomorrow because I can't wait to see it. I really can't wait to see it now. So shout out to Carl for CDC. Carl talking college. Again, like as he said earlier, his show premieres tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you tune in to that. I can't wait to see it. I'm gonna be tuned in vividly, making sure I'm watching that. Of course, we know that the fight is also tomorrow, but I'm going to tune into this first. And then also in those chats, like I said, the combat chat with boxing, UFC, and wrestling. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, those are the chats to be in. But in order to get in those chats, you got to become a member. We have pro level, which is, you get into one chat and you have priority comments, and you just get those perks from there. That's just the pro level. It's $2.99 a month. And then with the all-star level, you now have access to member only videos, along with the same perks as the pro level chat with the loyalty badges as well. That's also in the pro chat and pro level membership. And you have access to get into all the IG chats as an all-star member. And superstar member, you have all the perks. You're able to be in the Refuse to Lose chat, and you have an open invitation to come on the show. So that's that chat. That's the membership for that. And, we can get our last words in now. So Carl, just go ahead and again talk about your show tomorrow, what to expect, and anything else you want to mention for your last words.
Before I talk about my show, can you bring up BWT again? Because the picture didn't come out, and so we might have some people on who've never seen the show before or got on late. So can you just please bring up baseball with Teddy? Baseball with Teddy, man. Teddy's going to be back soon, ready to drop baseball knowledge off. Now my camera just wants to randomly mess up, but here we go. So yeah, BWT will be back soon, and he'll be back giving y'all baseball information that y'all need. Now my show again. Thanks for Dave for shouting it out. It tomorrow, 7 p.m. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, being transparent again. It is long, so just think of it like a prelim before the boxing fights. The fight probably come on at midnight. You got a nice little 7 to, I ain't gonna say till what time. prelim fight, So just have it on the background. You can clean the crib. You can play 2K with it on. Play Madden. Do the dishes. Do whatever you gotta do. While you listening to CTC tomorrow at 7, it will be streamed live. And I would love feedback from the episode, things that I can work on, things that I should do, what I did good, what I did bad. I'm open to all feedback. Now, my last words today is that is real crazy that Michigan gets only a 4-game suspension for recruiting violations while they only have to play like Eastern Carolina and like Rutgers and a bunch of scrub teams where this 4-game suspension means nothing because they don't need John Harbaugh on the field to coach to win these games. They just basically gave him a smack on the wrist for robbing a bank. So the college committee just loving Michigan, trying to help them hold their hands to another Big Ten title. Ain't gonna work this year though, because my boy's coming ready October 21st. Appreciate you for having me on the show as always. I'm very appreciative for the opportunity for CTC. And let's go Ravens. Let's shut this one Steelers fan up.
For those who don't know, that is Javon.
Oh, I was about to say it. I'm about to say for those, Javon Jordan.
It's the old day. But yeah, so again, for my last words is shout out to the guys. Shout out to Joe, Tomo. Again, happy birthday, Tomo. Hope you enjoy your birthday, my guy. Shout out to Carl on CDC, Carl Talking College. Can't wait to see it. Shout out to Teddy. Teddy, back out the hospital now, doing better. So appreciate you for doing what you've been doing with BWT, and glad that you're back out and you're doing well. So glad you're doing good today, my guy. And for me, I just can't wait to see what's going to happen with the University of Miami. With it being 29 days away from college football, I'm excited to see what's going to happen. Mario Cristobal said we're going to go get back to Miami football, so I can't wait to see it. There's some things going on in the 49ers camp that I don't like to hear. And this is why I said what I said. People still think I'm crazy for saying what I said, but I stick by what I said. I'm hearing that we're at this moment. Brock Purdy, of course, like I said, Brock Purdy is going to be QB1. But right now they have Trey Lance listed as QB3.
Oh, Lord, that's bad. That means he's not showing anything because politics and football, would you risk for him to get him at 3rd and he QB3? With Casper the Ghost at QB2?
Now, do you understand how I feel, Carl?
My man saying Ghost is a QB2.
Exactly. So, for everyone who does not know what I said about this, go check out that episode where we talked about who will be the starting quarterback for the 49ers week 1. Make sure you tune into that. And then for Miami Heat, I can't really say too much. But shout out, I got to say this. We didn't get to talk about it today, but shout out to UD who officially retired today. I know I've had my moments talking out about Udonis Haslem this season. And I honestly don't take any of it back because that's how I felt at that moment. And I definitely feel like it was a roster spot taken, but
you should
to his credit, he helped me win a shirt this year by beating the Orlando Magic. So I definitely appreciate you for that. But honestly, in all honesty, UD, you did a lot for our franchise. You're a 3-time NBA champion. You're going to be in the Ring of Honor for Miami Heat, of course. More than likely, with the relationship that you have with Pat Riley, I'm almost certain that your jersey would be retired, just because of the kind of guy that you are. You now have the bench named after you. It is now considered the Haslam. Come on, Joe. Come on, retire in peace.
That's wild. Hey, that's real wild right there. That might be wilder than UD getting his jersey retired.
Yeah, that is wild. That's crazy. But appreciate everything that you did for this franchise. The leadership that you've had, you're definitely one of the best leaders with that I've seen in basketball and pro sports. You are 305. Miami is what you embed. So I appreciate it for everything you've done for our franchise, and hope you enjoy retirement. People don't know what you've done as far as business wise, but you are a smart businessman as well. So I appreciate you, UD, for everything, and enjoy retirement. That is it for us today. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.